Welcome back from the break. Our next guest, Anton Franks, joins us from his remote company offices. Thank you so much for joining in, Anton.
Of course. Hello, Dr. Rasper.
Hello. Curious what you have to say about Content ID so far, Anton.
Well, quick question. How do you guys handle reference overlap? And what should we do when it happens?
So, let's go back to our example. Stephanie and I make this interview. We both own it. And Stephanie submits it in its entirety, say an hour or so of content, as a reference. So YouTube thinks it's ours, submitted by her. We'll automatically get claims to this. But let's say you've got a late-night talk show, produced and owned by your studio, Frank Entertainment. Later this week, you submit a reference of your 1-hour talk show, which features a 5-minute clip of this interview we're having right now. So, we have this 5-minute reference overlap. Stephanie would not even see the reference overlap, but you would when you submit your reference. YouTube would identify the overlap with the reference you're trying to provide. So, basically, we would ask you to confirm this overlap, Anton. And you'd recognize that you don't own or have claims to that 5-minute clip. So, you should click Exclude. But if the situations were, say, reversed, let's say Stephanie uploaded the reference after you did, then she would see the reference overlap, and she'd click Assert Exclusive Rights to make sure that Content ID knows the overlapping portion is really hers.
Oh, so that's what you mean by winning.
Right. So from this comes the concept. The partner who first submitted the reference has the claims by default, and also the right of first refusal. They'll be asked to review your claim if you dispute that the content is actually yours. Remember that this is not about a claim on a video uploaded to YouTube. This is about a conflict between two references on two different assets. We're not worrying about claims here. We're only looking at making sure Content ID knows, within our system, who is the owner of the content in this reference overlap.
That is quite interesting. Moving on from a reference overlap with Anton, can we look at what we should do if you and I both deliver reference files for the same 1-hour interview?
Well, if you upload our content first, when I show up, I'll see other assets and references that overlap, including the one that you've already provided. Now, I'll see a red bar that shows the amount of overlap. If the red bar covers pretty much the whole piece of content for both of our references, then I'd realize that this content is likely the same thing. What should probably happen here is that I go to your asset and click Add Ownership. Now, this should only happen if we are truly sharing ownership. We should consolidate that ownership on one asset, ideally the one that was uploaded first.
That's super clear. Thanks for talking us through this.
Really insightful. Let's take a break. We'll be back after these messages.